All right, fourth graders, today we get to learn how to use colored pencils to add value, and we just reviewed all of that. So remember, value is lightness to darkness, and to get your shadows, you're going to want to use complementary colors. Now I have all of these colored pencils here, but I know some of you are limited, and I also know that we only require you to have 8. So I'm going to pick out my primary colors, which are red, blue, and yellow, and I have this obstacle of one of my children must have taken my actual blue. So if you have a blue without white in it, that would be a better option. And then just because my object is pink, I'm gonna also pick out pink, and then the complementary color of pink would be green. Okay, so again, you can use only the primary colors if that's all you have. If you don't even have primary colors, or you don't have colored pencils and you need to use crayons or paint, then that is acceptable too. The goal of this, I would like you to learn how to use colored pencils, so if you have them, please use them. But the goal is really to learn how to mix colors and creating value. So again, value is the lightness to darkness. So when you look at my car here, I have this shadow and I have the highlight, and we practiced that with the last step when you did just the regular pencil. So if you have colored pencils, I would like you to use them. If you do not, then get creative, use whatever you have, but you have to mix colors and you have to create value. All right, so I'm just gonna do a little piece, and then I'm gonna have you pause the video and work a little bit, and then you're gonna hold it up to me on the Google Meets. I'm gonna give you the okay. Once we get through all of you, then we will go back to the video and do the next step. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick the color for my shadow, which would be the complementary color. And since I have pink, and pink is red essentially, then my complementary color would be green, but because my pink is toned down, then I'm gonna pick my lime green, okay? But again, any green, and if you don't have green, remember, you know how to make green. So you might have to do this with yellow and blue, okay? You can also use multiple materials. So if you have a red oil pastel and a green crayon, then try to overlap them. I've never done that, but I would be willing to try it out. I actually don't have any oil pastels in my house. All right, so I'm gonna start with a shadow, and I'm just gonna do the front of the car here because I know that you guys can see that really well. I'm gonna lightly shade. Let me move my camera. There we go. I'm gonna lightly shade it. Remember, use small lines just like we did in our last piece. So I'm using short lines and I'm layering them very, very lightly. Okay, so short and very lightly. If you go too dark, then you're gonna get streaks. If you go too long, then they're gonna curve where you don't want them to curve. All right, so I'm gonna have you do one section of your piece doing just the shadow. So I have my shadow that's right here, and I'm gonna come over here and add the shadow that's on that part. Again, short, light lines. It does not need to be dark because my car is not green. My car is pink, so I'm gonna overlap this with pink or red, maybe even both. So I only want it to be light because we're going to mix your colors. If your object is blue, think about what color you would use, your complementary color. What is the complementary color of blue? Go back to your notes. In your notes, you should also be writing that these are short lines. All right, so I got that shadow. I need a little bit more on the hood up here. Okay, so we're gonna pause the video here, let you guys get going, and then we will get the next video going.